Politic365 here with the illustrious Mr. Rey Ramsey. How are you today?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again.
You too. So, I mean, jack of so many trades, right? Former CEO of One Economy Corporation, now CEO, head man in charge of TechNet, and one of my personal favorites, executive producer of In the Hive. Talk to me about this project, In the Hive, what it means to you, what was its genesis?
Well, the In the Hive is a new film that will be coming out this year, and it means everything because it's about real people and the struggle that happens in their lives. We talk a lot about education reform, and I say to people we need to talk about education reform but also learning reform. And it takes two sides. It takes an informed and a caring adult who cares about the education of a child, but it also takes an individual who says, I'm going to opt in and I want to learn. And this story is a story of a real life from Bertie County, North Carolina, where there's a struggle at a school there called The Hive that we started at One Economy. And it's about the human spirit, ultimately triumphing and deciding what path you want to take toward your education. And it has the remarkable direction of Robert Townsend and some tremendous actors, you know, in it. Vivica Fox and Loretta Devine and Michael Clark Duncan and others, and some newcomers which are going to discover. I believe this film is going to spark a lot of conversation.
And now tell me, you know, One Economy is wonderful at this whole notion of public purpose content. So was the concept of a movie something that was always lingering there?
Always in the back of my mind, because when you think about media, it's meeting people where they are, in the movie house, on their cell phone, on television, so we have aims on doing things with television as well, cable, and a mix of things. We need to have a public purpose that infuses all of our lives. We got to feed the soul and we got to feed the mind. And so our notion of public purpose media is that it inspires, it informs, and that we can facilitate action. It's a three-part test.
You know, and you've been able to do this great job of making technology fun and relatable, but also substantive. You know, what's kind of your marching order, your drumbeat to people who would come after you trying to do the same thing?
The whole goal is that we need to use technology and media together to help give people oxygen to breathe. In order to breathe in this society, we need to be plugged in. And so we want to make sure everybody's plugged in and that they have the kind of oxygen they need to be able to play in society. And that's access to information about jobs and health and living and just physical, spiritual, emotional health.
And I like that, this access to opportunities, access to oxygen. What role do you see the high-tech industry specifically, given, you know, some of your key constituents with TechNet? What role do you see the high-tech industry playing in creating new opportunities for entrepreneurship, economic development, job training, things of that nature?
What we need most with our sector, the technology sector, is to be totally in the game of using the amazing gifts and talent that they have and the financial resources to back good people and to back great ideas.
And so, and then what would you say needs to be kind of the charge for people of color who, you know, are great on the consumer side of things but haven't really taken as active a step towards becoming producers as you are of the kind of content and applications and rich services that really can be based on the internet?
Well, we need more people like you who will take risk, and we need to inculcate that early in education, you know. And so it's about, like I said, education reform, but learning reform. We have to learn how to be an entrepreneur, learn how to take risk. And in the way we treat children in school, it's like allow them to play and take risk and not try to structure everything, because we don't have enough entrepreneurship in our society. So it's not only issues of access to capital, but it's how we view ourselves. And then those who are entrepreneurs, we need to hold them up the way we hold up athletes and performers and other people. There's some amazing entrepreneurs and scientists and engineers that are out there. We need more of those symbols in our society.
I like this notion of how we view ourselves and changing that. Clearly, In the Hive will do that. What kind of plans do you have to really help people receive that film, receive that message, and understand the opportunities?
We're putting our strategy together on the fly, and we're going to be doing showings in different communities. So soon you'll be hearing about where we're going to do showings and screenings, and working with a lot of partners who have already expressed an interest in seeing the film. And I think the film will speak for itself and hopefully spark a dialogue. I'm sure you saw yourself in it because you got a chance to screen it, and I saw myself somewhere in there. It's our story.
Well, it's an amazing, amazing film, and I'm so glad you did it. It was about time. I think this is the new gold standard, and thank you.